Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our entry level to Megabase, where we last episode just set up a ton of science, which I've let run for about an hour, maybe a bit more, just to see what kind of production we can do. So at the moment, if you look at our consumption, we are consuming about 2k science per minute, with the only thing lacking a bit being our space science. The reason why space science is lacking is because I haven't expanded it yet, but in terms of resources we're looking quite good, only lacking a bit of oil to get things up and running. Chemical science lacking, not that bad. We are still running. This is what's limiting us to about 2k. So that is not too shabby. So this episode, I'll try to reinforce our input of crude oil a bit. That seems to be our most immediate worry. So let's see if we can't find some oil outposts around the map. And I think we should have a few. So firstly, let's just grab one of these. We've done it quite a few times now. And let's just get in some more oil. In all the oil patches we can. That is gonna be quite important. So let's just get this up and running. I have to remove you. And then of course we will have to beacon most of the things here, since we're getting to a point where that is starting to be a requisite to get enough throughput. Let's see if you can fit one in here. No, we'll have to remove both of them. So let's just spend a few seconds getting this up and running, and then go look for some more, since that is what we need. And then we'll try to beacon whatever we have around the world. That has become apparent that we need to do that very soon. So let's just drag this around here. You can go up this way and connect into here. And it is one of the things you'll need to do once in a while at a Megabase level. Just go and gather in some new resources. And of course increase the productivity, which is the next thing we'll go to after robot cargo size is done. So that is that. Let's get some power into this. See if we can get all of them connected up. And then we'll add in a few beacons as well. Luckily we actually have both in blueprints, so let's see where we can hit them. That should touch a bit, that should touch even more. And let's just spend a bit of power getting these down. I want one to at least touch 2 at a time, to not go completely crazy with the power we are using. So let's try and use that as a measuring stick for now. You can just stay by, oh, we can give one more because that will give it a bit. Let's remove this one as well, just so we can fit in one thing I should make a blueprint of, being our little input here. And let's take the one that has the most barrels in. Should probably look to ones out here, because look right here, we're not even getting them in fast enough, the barrels. So we might add in a single buffer chest as well, if that can do it. Or we can move what's it called, these upper bits to fit in more barrels. I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's copy this for now, and let's do a little setup with this where we do what I have planned. So if we do it right here, I think we can fit in what I'm thinking of doing. Because then we'll just do a pipe in like this. And then we can do 2 more getting in, what's it called, empty barrels. Since that seems to be the one thing we're lacking. We can do the same right here. So you can do here and here. Should power everything. And then we can fit in some more barrels. Could do it with what's it called, buffer chests, But since it's long distance, let's try and do it like this and see if this works. Everything's getting delivered and things should get power slowly and steadily. So let's just copy our little blueprint from down here, because I kind of want this one to be my blueprint I can use. And then we can kind of see where it can hook up if we do this. Maybe something like this. So let's go and see if we can find some more oil. It's been a while since I explored the map and tried to find some. We have a bit out here, only about 700-800. So not that much. We have 4,000 down here. So that should mean that we should expand down a bit and try and reach it. So let's just do it a simple way like that. Anything else? That is all being used. Are you getting in enough barrels? You are, but that just means you should get a few beacons. So here we go. There. Oh, we could actually move it down to here instead. Here. Here. Oh, no. Here instead. And let's fill up the things with beacons. And the rest we can leave for a little while. Do they all get power this way? Seems so. Let's continue a bit. You have beacons. Could probably fit in a few more. Can we fit in one more here? We can. But only touching one. So that's not an optimal solution for us. Here's one more. I know this is going to cost us a bit of power, but in terms of what we need, it's a small price to pay. And just get one power right there. Continuing around, oil out here, quite far away. We are going that way anyway, so we might as well just expand towards it, so we don't have to do it in the future. We might be more pressed to get it. Oil here as well. Let's continue down and go that way. This oil we can kind of leave for now. And let's do this. Let's see. Two. Probably do it like this to get one more with 2. That is correct. And over here we can do it here, here, and there. Yeah. Do they all have power? That has power, that has power. That's need a bit of power. But we can do one right here and there. Oh, you don't have any beacons, and I most definitely want you to have beacons, otherwise, or speed modules, otherwise it is kind of a wasted exercise. Ooh, nice big ore patches over here. Wow, there's a ton of things we didn't beacon when we were around this the first time. Tell me to remember to do that in the future, so we don't have to go around and do this, because it gets quite tedious if we have to do it too much. There we are. That's not gonna reach. Can we reach all of them here? Not really, but we can get quite close. And here's one, another one. That should be good enough in terms of buffering. Or beaconing even. Those have, that's gonna need one. So hopefully we're getting close to some new oil nodes as well. That would be most fortunate if we did that. Let's just expand out a bit and see what we can find. That should give power all the way around to that one. That's good. You also need beacons. So hopefully this is gonna do a lot for us in terms of throughput. Right here. And there we go. Oh, this one needing power. We should have noticed that quite a bit sooner. Oh, that is a lot of power we're gonna use here. Oh well, hopefully our network can survive this increase in power, and I think it will be able to. If not, we'll just have to add in a few more solar panels. Here we are, can reach, oh, 3, that's pretty good. And a few right here, those 2 we can leave. Did I remember to power this one over here? The one I forgot. Where was it? Was it in here? Oh, there's a tiny oil patch here. That is good. There's the one I forgot. I was like, did I forget it again? That would have been so stupid. But we do have an entire oil patch. Right here we're not tapping. And we can remove that. That's left over from the what's called solar power field we had right here. So let's get that out the way before we start to do this. And there we are. Was that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that seems good. And then we'll just drag this across. That also gives us room for our input for all of this. And just go this way. That should be all of these hooked up. Let's add in a few beacons as well, where it does good. There we are. Not that many we can there we are. Touch with more than a few beacons. To be honest, we could use substations instead. That would be way easier to power all of this. So let's just try to do that instead. That actually seems like a way better solution than what we've done up till now. So you can go away. You can go away with that. Wow, we have a ton of old blueprints here. This one we need though. So let's save that. You can just go in right there. Should power it all. Requesting in a ton of barrels. So that is good. This is all collecting whatever it wants. Probably have to go into coal liquefaction at some point, but right now we'll just go with this setup. Oh, another oil patch. Perfect. Let's remove this lamp. Fit in you. Fit in right here and here. And that is all but one. We needed that one as well. That looks perfect. So now just to hook him up. Luckily we have done that quite a few times already. So I can't see any problems in doing it just one more time. There we are, and you can just go this way. That is that. Then we just need a few beacons. That hopefully is not gonna consume all our power. But yeah, this is exactly, there we go, what I want to see. And is everything power watts? No, so let's just throw in a few substations. They are way easier to control. So that looks perfect. That should, oh yeah, let's remember to put in this one. That should give us a lot more throughput in than our current setup. And let's expand you out this way to connect things up very nicely. That should be all the oil we have before we go to these two, but they are rather small. Yeah, qualification could be the future for us, but again, that will be something we decide in a little bit. Could be fun to try and do a build with qualification. It's been a long time since I did one, and yeah, we'll just need a ton of cracking in those cells if we decide to do it. But how's the throughput looking? It shouldn't have changed much. It should still be lacking quite a bit. But we did add beacons to everything, and our power should still be just fine. Because the beacons doesn't consume that much power, to be honest, compared to what else we have running. That being the robots. So this is good, and everything else is keeping up nicely. That means we'll have to look at electric engines as well, where we did a pretty good setup a few episodes ago. But we most definitely need to do even better. Oh, oil here as well. Come to me, please. That would be very nice. And let's go over this way as well. There we are. And this seems correct. We have a small amount here. We probably could tap if we wanted to. And to be honest, let's just do it, of course, with a few less than what we're using at the moment. In terms of requested chests, since we are somewhat close, let's just remove these two. And two here on the side. I think 4 would be more than enough to support this. That is at least what I'm thinking. Let's do this to get things moved along. Let's get you away. We don't want any big power poles at the moment. We just want a few beacons. There, you two can go away. And here, and that should be good enough, and one right there. So I don't think we can put down much more in terms of power. That should connect up over here, and that should give power to all of our little things. So that is good. A lot of barrels flying in should be enough to keep this running pretty much for a long time. And then all we pretty much need is just a lot of productivity. Wow, that's a ton of things flying around. So let's look at some of the other things we have. Oil will have to suffice with what we have, because we can't beacon anything. We just have to increase our throughput. That is pretty much the only chance we have. How does coal liquefaction work? It's been so long since I've looked at it. And I do feel that might be the way to go. You can just give me a few of these. Would be nice so I can test things out. But then we could design a cold liquefaction setup. I do know I'll need some boilers if I do that, so let's just try and take a few with me. Just take 10 please. Then we have something to work with. And we will need a few of these. I think that would be good. Pipes we have, things we have. But then we could set something up down here. To be honest, let's also just dismantle this while we're at it, so we can get something new up and running. So you can go away. That means that you're redundant. Let's go to here. All of this will have to change to something else. But that is fine. Let's just remove it for now. Then we'll get the new down and expand it out so we can actually see what's going on in this area. There we are. That's going to dismantle all of this. That should give us coal for something else. That means we can go and have a look at coal liquefaction. Let's just do it right here for now, and then we can just move it down south. So coal, heavy oil, and steam. Outputs free products. So what if you steal this as a setup? We'll need a bit of inputs for these for them to work. We probably could solve that with long-handed inserters and then just keep this setup. And then instead of water in, we'll just need steam in. Or we can just have steam up here. What if we do this? Okay, let's give it a try. Let's try and steal this. And then I'll show you what I have planned. Please just place it down. Right. Let's do it without the modules though. I like to steal this part. Please remove all the modules for now. Oh, never mind, we'll just keep it in. And then don't have to put them in afterwards. And then I'll show you what I have planned. Please build it right here. And we'll just stop these two and that one from working. Could wait with the water barrel as well. Nowhere else should we have that many things getting requested in. So I think it should be good like this, and then we can kind of buffer something else. Oh, come here. Let's check this. Free inputs. Oh yeah, we don't need oil in. Ah, that's right. We'll just need the steam instead. Steam, heavy oil, and we just have heavy oil running in a loop. This shouldn't be that bad. We'll just have this one requesting heavy oil in and only outputting if things are lacking. So let's just do this for now. Let's take those two away. That should clear most of these. These can stay as cracking because that is exactly what I want them to do. And then can't we just do the same setup? So for one, this one will be heavy oil. Or let's just see when these get in, what it will look like. Okay, so heavy oil in the one that has water and steam in the other one. That is what we're going to go with. So let's see here. Let's just do this. Oh, there we go. Let's do the design up here. Just do nothing for now because we can't change them before they are empty. Also, we'll be in serious trouble. Hopefully the outputs are going to be the same. I think they are. So let's go with that assumption. There we are, and you can change to nothing. clearing up all of those, and then we can change each one of these to cold liquefaction instead. Then the outputs are the same. So now for the fun part. Now we need to get the things in we want here. One thing we want first is we want one of them to produce steam. Could be this one. Oh, we have water barrels coming in. That's good enough. So we want one of these to produce steam. It will be this one, so that will have water in. How much do they need per second? 50 per 5 seconds. So can one of them output enough? I see one outputs, what is it, 30 per second? Oh, sorry, yeah. So 60 per second, that means one of these can supply, let's see here, 50 every 5, so this uses 10 per second at speed, whatever it is. It's gonna be the same for this one. So this uses 10 per second. That means one boiler can supply what is called 6. 2, 4, 6, so we need 2 boilers. So what if we just do a simple thing as this? We don't need to buffer water, do we? No, we need to output it. So you'll be the steam that outputs. So can we just remove... We'll have to move this up a bit. Or... please remove these two. This will be a bit cramped, but I think it'll be fine. You'll be our water out. You'll be our water out. You can output into, let's see, 2 boilers. Where did they go? They're right here. 1, 2. We'll have to move the radar probably to fit them in. Unless we remove this one instead. So what if we do this? I think 2 boilers should be enough. These are running a bit faster, but so is this. Ooh, I don't think what's called productivity works on the boilers. So we'll just move you over to the side and do 3. I think that should work. So let's see here. There we are. That'll be the input. You'll output water. You'll do it this way. We'll remove you because you should have enough anyway. And then we will just do a little thing like this. 1, 2, 3. Very, very nicely. This will need the coal. That means if we run it along this line, that'll go in, that'll go this way. That'll distribute the steam all the way around where we need to. For some reason, these are not happy. That's because this one connects water. Oh, right. We do need water in. So that will actually be an issue. So can you just disconnect that one for now and that one. So that gives us heavy oil somewhere else. Heavy oil comes out correctly here, it flows this way. We'll just change you up a bit. So instead of here, you'll just go where you're at. Right here instead, and you go to there. There we are. So that gives us heavy oil in. It gives us it the wrong way in. Is that correct? That is most certainly correct. So in theory we have to remove heavy oil from up here. This is gonna be a bit dicey, guys. So what if we just add the heavy oil down here? She'll be a heavy oil storage tank. That means that, wait, this should be self-sufficient as soon as it's running, but I don't want to manage it as soon as I set up new ones. So we could do something like this, saying you output heavy oil into this one with 1, 2, request active provide, but you'll only input if this one is below something. So only if heavy oil is less than, let's say, 10k. So if it's not less than 10k, if it's less than 10k, it will enable it to work. That means we should be able to power this, and that would mean that this will fill up. That will distribute heavy oil into these pipes. Funny that this one doesn't show anything. You don't need anything right here. That means heavy oil will flow this way. It'll flow to here. And the output one will go this way. And we kind of need to connect up the whole system. So what if we just move this one together? So from here to here. Because that way we have all the oil, heavy oil going around, and only if we have more than 20k flow into here, or if it's more than 20 flow into here, but if less than 10, it'll pump it out from these to keep the system running. Should work with 10. I don't think there's any reason to make it lower. This will work with one above 20. That means we have a span of about 10 where it just keeps running. This one will fill normally, output petroleum to the system. They'll go into these, so that should work. So the only thing we need to solve is our little steam issue up here. And of course, getting water in for the rest of it. And we probably can solve that somehow up here. If not, we can just move the entire steam production down here to the side. Is it possible to fit in right here? What if we do it like this? 1, 2. We'll have to make room for it somehow. It takes this much room. And we need these, the steam needs to go this way to go all the way around. So let's see here. Let's take one, 2, 3. And this one probably can't reach one further. Of course it can't. It's always right at the edge of what we can do. As always. But 2 should be enough. Didn't we say that? But then again, the speed will be a bit faster, and these are not affected by speed. So that will be a bit of an issue. Or we can just have 2 going in. Or we can just do the very simple solution that is this. In, out, active provider, requester. So you get water here. And then for the rest of the water down here, we'll just pretty much take the same setup and just hook it up like that. That gives us water this way. That can just go around and go into here. So what if we do this? That will give us all the water flowing down this way. Let's just go around this. Let's go this way. Then water will come out right here. Can go right on this one. Ooh, that doesn't fit in as I want, unless we just do a little sneaky thing like that. Then we should be able to jump the water to here, and there we are. Wow, that is quite a big spaghetti setup. But let's just give it a try, shall we? If you have power, that means you'll get water in, No, sorry, you're not going to request barrels. That's a stupid thing. It's called water out for a reason. Don't seem to request this one, and you'll just go to here as well. So that means water will flow in. Add water to these. Here we'll go in, kickstart this process until we hit 10k. Then it will stop, and then this should be self-sufficient. Up here we'll produce steam by flipping this around. Oh, and we do need all of the coal. But that I do have a quite simple solution for, if I made enough room for it. So coal, no room here for coal. We'll have to remove this little one to fit it in. That's gonna be such a bad setup, guys. And there, and let's just remove this one as well. Because then we'll just take the long-handed inserters. Please come to me. Because then long-handed can grab into these. But let's just check that this will work first. Oh, this needs coal as well. And I don't see a good way of doing that though. Can move this one back, or we can just move this over a bit. Will that give us enough room if we move it over a small amount? To be honest, you can just go straight down that way. We'll just add one to each of these. And will that give us all the room we need in the world? That is what I'm trying to find out. Oh, this doesn't even hit this one. I made it too compact, guys. So let's see how we can do this. Oh wait, there's a very simple way to do this. At least for these, you can go to here. Oh guys, this is gonna be so ugly. It's gonna be the worst designs I've ever done. You can go right here. You'll go in here, there. Ugh, this is a bad setup. Do not like this one bit. But let's just see if we can get it to work, then we can always redesign it in the future. Because this will grab from these. This one will grab right here. This one won't grab from anywhere at the moment. So this will mean that we'll have to remove this one. Then get one here. So you can go away. You'll get from there and you'll get right here. We'll get some pipes going this way. Get you to go down that way. Let's not trap myself inside. And you'll just get, let's say, that's going to be overkill in terms of coal, but let's just try it, and then we'll fit in beacons wherever they fit after this. Because we can fit in one here and there, at least on these two. So how's it going down here? Did we get to request in the oil? We did. Yeah, you can just buffer. 100 should be enough. No need to waste what we have. And let's see if we can get this to work. In. Here is some power for you. So that gives us the steam. I should activate these as soon as they get the heavy oil. So that's steam going. That flows around. This gets heavy oil in now. This will keep outputting until we are at 1000. This goes around. Oh, these are connected up to the one on the outside. Oh yeah, that is fine. We just need this to build up now before it starts to crack. Of course, we need this one to wait with outputting until we have more than 10,000 in storage. So if we just take this wire, connect it up to that one, and give it the same, not as that one, as we must say, you'll not output until oil is greater than 20. It's greater than, let's say 15. So if oil is greater than 15, it will output to this one. If it's less, it won't. And this one will start if it hits 20. That means that these will work. We'll just have to give this one of those. Get in some coal. Not overly happy about this setup, but it should work. And that is what I'm trying to do. And then down here, we'll have to fit in something as easily as doing it. That's a small problem right there. We'll have to remove you. Oh, I do not like to do that. Oh, wait. What if we just do it on the opposite side? So pretty much here on the inside. Yeah, that should work. That should give us what we need. On all of them except one. That one we can place down here. And then this episode has gone on for long enough, I think. But I just want to see this work, and then I'll move it to another cell. And the next episode we'll look at it from with fresh eyes, because this did turn into some kind of spaghetti. No, wait. Oh, we just moved on the side. Whew. I was like, did I just mess up again? Luckily, I didn't. That'll work. We haven't ruined our setup. Here is some power for you. And this is what happens when you try to refurbish some of your old setups. You can all see that we forgot to do it correctly. Deconstruct you. There we are. That should be correct now. And that should request for all of it. This one is not outputting because we're above 10. This one is not outputting because we're below 15. And the rest is just waiting a bit before they do anything. Could tell these to wait to output until we have 15 light as well. But yeah, let's just get it to run. We need light all in the base anyway. If it's not cracking here, it's gonna crack somewhere else. So let's just see this in action. I just want to see all of them work. And that is what they're doing at the moment. If not extremely slowly, then yeah, that is not a fast setup. Not a fast setup at all. A 5% increase. Oh, it's because you don't have any in it. I was like, how can you get a... How does it get a 5%? Oh yeah, never mind, it's the productivity. I was just stupid. So there we are. That should output everything we need in terms of steam and other things. Flowing around. And that gives us oil cracking. Now we just need to move it somewhere else, where it will do more good and be able to just do its job. So, time to move it. Please copy you to right. Where should we do cracking? Let's do it right here below for now. And what is a good cracking symbol? Should it be heavy oil? Is that a good indication of cracking? It's one we're gonna go with at least. And then I think I'm gonna dismantle this one. Not that I know how much it's gonna do, but at least it's gonna do something. Yeah, look, nothing's gonna work. It's not the most pretty setup, but it does its job. Could also just done an entire cell only with cracking, only with liquefaction, and then skipped all of this. But I enjoy building in one cell just to see how we can get this to work. So yeah, let's dismantle this and let's see what we can do in the next episode in terms of getting better setups or just keeping this. Luckily, we still have our blueprints down here, doing what we want as soon as it's built. So do comment what you think about this. I think it's rather messy, but it does serve some kind of purpose. At least I hope so. And looking at our resources, we are at a surplus of oil again, and hopefully it will stay that way. So thank you. Oh, what is that? Get away. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll give me a like and subscribe. And then I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.